What is up, guys? Fado82 coming at you with some Rust gameplay. Wanted to talk about this week's update and show you off some of the more noteworthy features and aspects of this patch. So first and foremost, skin tones are now in the game. If we take a look at my inventory, we'll notice that I am an African American man. I'm not sure how this was decided, but I guess it's relative to your Steam ID. I know at one point in time I had said that I was from Zimbabwe, so I'm not sure if that perhaps played a role in it. My friend who's from the US is here, and he is pasty white, a little bit too white if you ask me. Looks like the guy from the movie Powder. But there's a whole range of variants. You could be anything from this white to even darker than my particular complexion here. Also, guys, I'm holding a new tool in the game that you can craft from the get-go. It's called a stone pickaxe, and it's primarily used for harvesting purposes. Some of the icons in the game, guys, have changed again with more of a cartoony look. This is now what the cooked wolf meat looks like. I'm liking the look to it, and I think it's pretty cool, so you want to make note of that as well. Alright, guys, now we're going to show you off a couple of the other aspects to this patch that you should be aware of. Hey, guys, we're going to go up to this gentleman here and see what his skin looks like. Hopefully he's friendly. Hey, man, just wanted to get a look at the new skin tones. Don't run. I'm friendly, dude.
Yeah, I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. Get away. Hey, crime. Help. Help. Hey, crime.
No crime has occurred yet, sir. I'm just looking.
Hey, crime. Hey, crime. Hey, crime. Help him.
Hey, I just want to check out your skin tone, buddy. I'm friendly. Just want to get a look at you. See what color you are. No, now. Hey. You're Chinese. I think you're Chinese. Stop it. This guy's not too friendly, guys. I'm going to see if I can't take him out with a torch, though. Ooh, he got wrecked. Alright, and again, some evidence of the new icons that have changed. We just killed ourselves our first Asian in Rust. Not that that means anything, of course, but yeah, so that's another example of the differences in ethnicity. Another really important aspect of today's patch, guys, is the airdrops now drop at a much higher altitude, and they actually move at a much faster pace. You can see them zooming across the landscape there. By dropping at a higher altitude, the benefit of this is that the crates are now going to fall at a much slower rate, which is a good thing for people who want to go for the airdrops. But the problem with it right now is that the particular airdrops are happening in a way where you can't really notice that they're falling. They're not making the sound that they used to. But you'll notice by dropping at a much higher altitude, they fall at a rate that is going to encourage a lot more players to run for it. So it's another important aspect of this particular update, that you guys want to be aware of. The changes to the airdrops are important to note. By not hearing the planes flying, you might not know that they're dropping. So I think some things need to be tweaked there. But players will have a much better chance of acquiring an airdrop now because they're going to drop at such a slow rate. To go down to the ground level and just kind of look up, to get a better vantage point of it, you'll see that it is a much higher altitude than was previously in the last iteration of the game. I think, guys, this will probably be tweaked in the future, but as of right now, the airdrops are falling at a much slower rate, and that's something to be aware of. Hey, guys, the other big part of today's patch are that the building mechanics have changed a little bit, and you want to be aware of some cool features to that. You can now place foundations at different heights, whereas before you wouldn't be able to do that, and you'd have to actually work with the geography to do so. So, for instance, we can place a foundation here, and then we can connect the foundations now with the foundation steps. So if we were to put some steps, say, on the angle over here, we could actually go ahead and attach that to its own foundation, which creates some interesting building dynamics that weren't previously in the game. And I think that I'm curious to see sort of where that goes. But with the varying degrees of the foundations, it's going to be interesting to see how that works and to see what types of bases people can come up with, by doing that. To get the heights to work, you just pretty much have to raise it or lower it with your mouse, and then by doing that, you'll be able to go ahead and place the foundation. It will only connect to the foundations below with the foundation steps if it's lined up perfectly. So for instance, it's not connecting there, as it would, but if you place one there, you can then go ahead and put another foundation there. And I think it's going to create for some interesting bases that we've really yet to see. And you can kind of keep the foundations going along this higher rate up here, this higher elevation rather. I'm really excited to see where people take this and to see what type of base designs can come out of it. I think that it's going to be fun to experiment with, and we hope to do some videos on that in the future. Right over here, guys, the other cool part is they've added some other textures into the game that sort of unsuck the environment, as they call it. So you can notice there's some reeds down here, some different types of plants, and that's worth noting as well. And guys, another cool aspect is the terrain is now iterating again in a positive way, and the rivers are now flowing downhill in a way where they're pooling into a lake down below, and it looks really cool. It looks more natural. The racial dialogue has now started in chat. There's people saying that, your skin color is a result of your dad being black and your mom being Asian and stuff like that. So, there's some good dialogues going that are, to be expected.